about to enter a dark hallway, a dimension of endless arguments, frustrations, and discussions. A dimension filled with doors that are locked in a hallway that goes nowhere. 7 characters, each different, self-centered, disturbed by their past, driven by pride and fear, content to remain in this hopelessness. You have just crossed over into searching for an exit. It is their choice. It always was.
Thought about any more that we talked about?
No, it depresses me.
I don't know, what do you think, we're dead or something?
I told you, I don't want to talk about it.
Thought the afterlife would be a little bit more interesting.
Hey! It was so cold last winter that I saw a lawyer put his hands in his own pocket. Oh, we're talking about that now.
What do you think, are we?
Dead? Yes, of course we're dead. Why do you think we're on this endless treadmill? The joke is all on us.
I thought heaven would be more interesting than this.
Heaven? What makes you think we're in heaven?
So what are we talking about today?
Do you really need to ask?
They say all you have to do is go in and say you're willing to do things His way, and you can get out of here.
Don't you believe it? They'll take you for everything you got, and you'll be left with nothing to show for it.
Like we have so much to lose here?
Besides that, they say that it hurts like you know what.
Know what?
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's worth a try. I'm so tired of this.
Young woman, you must remain hopeful. It is foolishness to think that someone's going to solve your problems for you. You must look to the future and a better day.
Why would God abandon us to a place like this? It's not at all what I expected.
We have an incomplete understanding of the truth. As we continue on our journey, we will eventually achieve enlightenment.
Oh, brother.
And union with the Supreme Being.
I was once told that there's nothing I can do on my own to please God. That all I had to do is ask for Him to forgive me, and He would accept me unconditionally.
My dear, it is an old-fashioned notion that we must rely on someone else for our own salvation. We must continue to work out our own salvation through fear and trembling to attain true enlightenment. Why, every day will seem just a bit better than the last if we strive honestly. You must have faith. You will eventually become like a god yourself, knowing both good and evil in all their infinite permutations.
And here I thought I was a comedian?
What is she doing?
Hey, don't listen to them. Everyone knows that there's no such thing as absolute truth.
Wait a minute. If there's no such thing as truth, how can that be true? Explain that.
He's telling me all I have to do is ask Him to forgive me of my sins and enter in.
Oh, now the door's speaking.
She's lost it! We'll suck you in and there's no going back. You guys don't believe that stuff, do you?
I don't care anymore. It can't be worse than walking these hallways day after day in these endless arguments.
I tried to warn her, didn't I?
To you.
It's just as He said. All you have to do is trade in your old rags and everything that goes with them. and he makes you new.
That's all good for you, but I've worked really hard to get where I'm at. I don't want to change. I like making music my way.
It's your choice. It always has been. Your talents will be multiplied if you just give yourself to him. It's completely up to you.
She makes a lot of sense.
No, not you now. This whole thing is a scam.
For what?
Our souls, you dimwit. If you give up on that, who knows what will happen?
Don't you see? Your soul was a gift from God. You will never grow here and eventually fade into nothing. In him, you will be completed and eternally fulfilled.
Prove it! Show me! I need hard evidence.
Yes, it's time that you settle this once and for all.
Yeah. Show us something.
In your former life, you had his word. Isn't my appearance enough to convince you of the truth? Faith is the only thing that can save you now.
How do you know all this? You were only gone for a moment.
Time is not the same there as it is here. Almost 1,000 years passed before I was sent back to you.
That's not possible. Time is the same everywhere.
You're relying on limited knowledge. God's universe is more mysterious and marvelous than we could have ever imagined.
That's it. I've had enough. I've always followed my orders to the letter, and no one is going to tell me to lie down and give up, and everything's gonna be all right.
And I've always entertained, and I've always made people laugh, and I've suffered for my art, and that's why I'm the best. It's who I am.
The laughter you bring is just a shadow of the joy that you'll experience in his presence.
I don't care. At least I was true to myself and my art. If this is hell, then why aren't there any lawyers here?
She's a fool.
So you will join us?
Not in your life. It's education that separates the fools from the wise. Now, if you told me that I could continue teaching...
But there is no need. It is only in your present condition that you feel the need to seek knowledge. The mysteries of creation are on display for all to enjoy.
Is it painful?
Yes, it is painful. But it passes quickly. It's like being purified by fire. You would not value your gain unless it cost you something.
I'm afraid.
Are you willing to put your trust in him?
This wretched place? Yes.
Can you hear his voice?
Yes.
Have you given him your sins? Then step into the light. I will accompany you.
I never thought he would be taken, an educated man like him.
Sometimes those who call themselves educated are the biggest fools.
Deliver me from this fate. I'm sick and tired of this day to day. Nowhere to run in this dark hallway. Oh, help me, please. I want to flee. I need someone is his name. He will save your life today. If you will trust him,